Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Well, it's the end of an era. Today, we're starting to remove the fence posts from the horse pastures. Obviously, we can't get all of the fence posts out today. There's hundreds of them. We have 3 pastures. What is it, a total of 4 acres or so? Something like that. But we need to get a few of them out, especially the ones along the road, and we'll get out the ones around these trees as well. What I'd like to do, well, I get those out as well. What I'd like to do is keep a trail mowed around each pasture, and the ones along the top of the road, those are actually in the way of mowing the trees. So we're going to start by taking out the row along the road, and then come down here, take these right here out, and then we'll figure out our mowing pattern for this field. With any luck, we'll be able to get in here next year and kill this pasture grass and plant native grasses here. That would be awesome. It's kind of tricky. I would have to kill around the trees by hand, and then we would go around with our sprayer and spray the rest. We would probably have to have somebody come in and do the planting for us, do it with a planter, but we'll see about that next year. For this year, I just want to get a path going around and possibly straight across and get rid of these T-posts. Also, we'd like to extend the road that goes down to the shop. It's like 8 inches lower than the entrance here. Kind of get that smoothed and then come down here. And this is kind of the same. You can see how much lower it is right here. We kind of like to have our dirt guy smooth this to go around and connect it up there and at least go this far, but we could probably have him go all the way to the other end because it's on a pretty steep angle there. So create a road going through here. I don't know, we'll see about that. It doesn't cost a whole lot for skid steer work. He could probably get this all done in an hour, but we'll have to see because we have a lot of stuff we got to do. All right, I got to get going on this. We'll start at the far end over there and start pulling T-posts over to here. Then I'm going to have to cut grass, and then we'll go back to pulling T-posts, and I'll show you what we got to do down in the north pasture. We're going to leave the boundary stuff in place and just take out all the way around back to it down there, and we're probably going to extend the fence through the woods to our boundary in the back corner down there, just with T-posts in the woods, no string or anything. We'll probably take the string off of this at some point too and just leave the posts in there. Once the posts are gone, that means no more large animals, at least for the near future. It's possible we may get something at some point, but they would need a different kind of fence anyways. This one here would actually be pretty good for sheep, but we got too much on our plate right now and too much on our plate in the near future. So we're going to yank these out and I'll be able to cut away from the trees. It was getting real close trying to get the lawnmower through here, and we do want to maintain a lawn along the road here. Okay, let's get going with this. Well, we're almost to the end. Let me show you this real quick. This branch right here will probably be about to here by midsummer, and I wouldn't be able to get through here at all by that time. So no matter what, if I didn't take the fence out, I would have to move it in about 2 feet. And that was the plan, but it's a lot nicer just taking the thing out. It'll be nice taking these out too. I had to bump the fence out around the tree, and the fence used to go right here, so you couldn't even get in here to brush whack anymore. I had to brush whack under the fence. Now I can get in here and get all this crap out, and then we'll mow our trail right through there. Yeah, I got a good amount of T-posts to get out just in this area, and then there's a fair amount in the field. I'm going to leave one by each tree that's not big enough to see real easy. These 2 you can see, but the ones out in the field are much smaller, so I'll leave one and I'll paint the top of it orange so that they can be seen. We're going to have to get this cut at some time, probably by our farmer neighbor, but I may be able to do it myself by borrowing our other neighbor's altos. It's a brush whacker mower. They're really cool. All right, let's get the rest of these out. Well, we're back where we started. It looks really odd seeing this big tree here without the T-posts all around it. That one had 6 T-posts around it. This one only has 5. Oh no, this one has 6 as well. Yeah, I remember when I planted these, I had 4 T-posts around, or maybe it was even 3. Yeah, they were so tiny. They were like these other ones here. Not sure if you'll even be able to see that, but they were about that size when I planted them. And look at them now. Massive. I want to show you this real quick as well. This little bur oak along the woods here got girdled by the rabbits, and it has a new little tree coming up right there. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this off probably right here. You can see it's coming out of the stem right there. Right there. Oh, there as well. You don't want all of these new stems. So sometime, probably in the fall, I'll cut off everything but one, and I'll put this in a cage. I'm going to be clearing this area here, so I'll be able to keep better track of this. Yeah, I kind of neglected this. I should have kept this sprayed. They attacked the ones in the field as well, but those are in much better shape. This was so close to the woods that the rabbits probably lived right in here and came out and made a snack out of this last winter. Okay, I'm going to pull all 6 of these, and then on these 3, I believe it's 3, yes, the 3 that were planted last year, I'm going to pull all but one post, the post to the south, or no, the post to the north, and then we're going to get in here and cut this. I'm going to have to put the blade way up high and make several passes until it's down to normal height. Yeah, look at how tall this stuff is. What a waste of seed. Natalie and I seeded this twice with a real nice pasture mix, and now at some point we're just going to kill this off and plant this in prairie grass, but that's a good thing. Okay, let's get these out. Still remnants of the horses here. Oh, look at all the bugs. Bugs living in the poo. I'll be mowing that up in just a second. Just want to catch this on video. The first year that my 2 biggest trees have no fence around them. Yeah, they look like regulation trees now. Okay, more T-posts to get. Yeah, this is going to take a long time. Look at all these T-posts, and I still have, at least a dozen to get out of the field there. Then I got to cut this grass, and I have 2 more pastures to do. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them other pastures done today because I have work on the tiny house to do. Oh well, at least we'll get this cut. Hopefully this isn't too windy, but you can see where every top of the plant was bitten off last year, and it's regrowing pretty well, but I gotta remember to keep these nice and sprayed. I sprayed them about 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna spray them all again today. I need these to get above the height where the deer want to go after them, which is right in the 6-foot range. I was just looking at this huge white oak here. We call this one Bigfoot because it has a huge buttress on it. It's got a whole bunch of flowers. I'm gonna say that this thing is loaded with acorns this year. I can't wait till my bur oaks get acorns on them as well, but that'll probably be a few years. So it's been 9 hours since I began, and I got the majority of the T-posts out of this pasture, and this took a long time right here. Getting this swath cut all the way around. Because the grass was so tall, I had to go really slow through here, but this is looking really nice. That is such a beautiful tree. All right, I'll show you the other stuff I did today. I got the Billy Road cut. It's always a bear to get this cut. I had to go down there and chainsaw a tree that was across the bottom. This is always difficult because when you get down to the bottom, if it's the slightest bit damp down there, you'll get stuck. I did get stuck today, but it had nothing to do with dampness. It actually had to do with dryness. I got stuck in some loose gravel on the road down there. Looking real beautiful. The blue grama native grass has started to turn green. I didn't expect that. I got a bunch planted along here as well, and I'm going to be planting more soon. It didn't do as good in this area, but I'm going to keep at it. That's a good chunk right there. This is some other grass. Weed. I got all the lawns cut, and I got the vineyard cut, and all of the trails that I could cut. I have a bunch of trees down. I got to go and take care of that as well. Lot to do, and I'm building this tiny house at the same time, so it's hard to find the time to get this done. This has to be done now, or I won't be able to do it later. So I got all of this cut, and this area back here. This area gets really nasty if you don't cut it right away in the spring. Usually we have horses to do that, but not anymore. I killed everything inside the round pen a few days ago, and today I got this all cut. The grass gets super tall right over there on the other side of that container. Now, as soon as my daughter gets this fence out of here, or the rope, I'm gonna have to take the mower and go around the perimeter of this, which again is gonna be difficult, but not quite as difficult in this pasture because the grass isn't as long as that south pasture. I think we're gonna keep this area right here as a place where Natalie can come with her friends and have a fire. but I'm gonna have to consolidate this stuff and get it ready for a burn. It's Natalie's birthday in a couple days. Maybe she can have a little bonfire, but we had this here for years, and she's had several bonfires, and the kids she hangs out with don't really know how to do a fire. They'll just let it burn out, you know, whatever you set up for them. We told them to grab stuff and put it in, but that seems to never happen. Yeah, we'll get all this stuff gathered up and keep this area mowed. We're trying to figure out what to do now that we don't have horses. We don't want to mow these pastures, but we don't want them to be inaccessible either. So, like I said, I'm going to mow around the edges of it, and with any luck, we'll be able to plant native grasses in these. But for now, I'm hoping we can get one of the farmers to come and just bale this, let it get tall and bale it. Get rid of the vineyard, let them come in here and bale that a couple times, and that'll keep the weeds from going nuts on us. Yeah, I gotta come down here, get rid of this tree, that tree, got another tree right there. These are, I believe, 2 years old. That's how fast stuff will take over if you don't maintain your property. All right, so far so good. Yeah, life after horses can be just as hard as life with horses, especially for me. When we had the horses, the only time I really had to do all that much was when they escaped. Now I have to maintain all three of, well, I always did have to maintain the pastures, but I didn't have to cut them. Okay, yeah, let me show you what it looks like over here. They've always had like hay on the ground and stuff here, so there's nasty weeds that want to pop up here. I guess I can stop that with just a little bit of 2,4-D for a few months. That'll probably stop all that. And this part right here, I actually planted this when we first put the container here. I planted this in bluegrass, and it looks pretty nice. I guess if I keep cutting this, it'll remain that way. So with any luck, my daughter will get the rope off of these fences tonight, and I'll pull all of these T-posts right here so I can cut a little wider, and then I'll go around the corner and pull all of these T-posts all the way down to where the wood starts there. Like the other pasture, I'll leave the stuff in the back for now, but we'll pull all of that stuff out eventually. So with any luck, I'll be able to get this done before the grass starts getting too long. It was really hard doing that south pasture, and this stuff is pretty short right now. It would have been nice to get it done today, but it's already way too late. Okay, that's gonna wrap it up. So the pastures after horses, they're actually some really nice places. Once this is gone and we throw some seed down, get this all grass, this is going to be a really nice place right here. Same thing with the other pastures, but it's going to be a good amount of work to get them that way. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.